15 years trucking, first time I ever experienced this. Also, I-40 open again in the Gorge in Tennessee, North Carolina. Idiots and Ass-Wagons, courtesy of Elliot, and off my dash cam, the National Peanut Festival. Rusty and more on this episode of
the Clutch Trucker Channel.
Clutch Trucker, filmed before a live and very fuzzy studio audience. Yep, you know him, you love him. Joe can't live without him. It's Rusty, the world-famous Meatball Dog. Hey YouTube, Clutch Trucker here. Thanks for tuning in to another edition of the Clutch Trucker Channel. Alright, it is now Friday night, the 4th, April 4th. Red letter day in 2 days, April 6th. Yours truly birthday. Anyway, okay, so yeah, we delivered in Hanover Township, Pennsylvania, the kitty litter. We picked up another load of, some sort of chemicals going down, non-hazmat chemicals, going down to Marietta, Florida, of all places. It's the only thing I could find out of Pennsylvania, paying $2 a mile. So we grabbed that, and on our way down, here's where the 15 years of trucking, never experienced this. Check it out. Oh, I was on the phone with Elliot, and we're talking about loads and stuff, and then so you can hear me describing what I'm coming up on. Truck lane ahead. I've never seen that before. They must have just pulled out. It said truck lane ahead here in Alabama. So, yeah, a little sign they just popped up and put on the side of the road. It's like a cop blocking the right lane up ahead here. They must have just pulled out a portable scale on this little turn lane. I've never seen this before. How interesting. Okay, well. Alright, well. Yeah. Alright, well, let me hang up. I'll call you back. Alright, so we're pulling on up there, and Saya is in front of me. I had to ask somebody years ago, S-A-I-A, how you pronounce that. It is Saya, apparently. So he's in front of me. He's doing the portable scales right now. And you can see, the cop car there, and they just block off the right lane, and they got the flashing lights. So I'm pulling forward a little bit. And this guy comes around right there. Yep, he tells me to keep pulling forward. So I pull forward. I'm a rule follower and all that. Tells me just to keep on going. So we're creeping on up there, waiting for Saya to get finished. And you can see the truck right there, the van. That's where they've got all the electronics for the portable scale. And you can see Saya's just pulling off of those. And then this guy goes over here and he repositions that one a little bit better, and they pull me right onto the scale.
Loaded?
Yep.
Yep.
"15 years of trucking, I've never done a portable scale." Yep, then he gives my driver's license to Mr. Beard there, and he checks out my credentials and all that over there in the van, and then they have me go on ahead and put the truck tandems on there. And you see, I saw they had them spaced out so they can get all four, all 8 wheels on the scales at one time. So creep on forward and get them on there. It tells me to stop, and so checks that out.
Alright, trailer.
Obviously I'm doing okay. So then as we go on ahead and creep on up forward so we can get the trailer done. Meanwhile, I think Mr. Beard walked around the back and they gave me my driver's license back. So that was good. Yeah, but I've never experienced the portable scales before, so thought this was just really interesting. Yep, so now we're moving on forward so we can get the trailer weighed out. They had me move a little to the left to make sure they got the trailer wheels on there right. And then they check out the weight. I'd already got my license back, so they just waved me on. All done. Alrighty, well, there's another one for you. 15 years of trucking, never been asked to do a portable scale. How about that? Yeah, how about that? Yeah, 15 years of trucking. I've never had to do one of those portable scales that they just throw out there on the road. Thought that was pretty wild how they just used a turn lane for their place to do it. So, but pretty efficient. Got me in and out real quick, you know, so luckily my load, I think it weighed about 38,000 pounds, and I'd used my app weigh, the no scale truck scale, to make sure I was good so I didn't have to pay money for a cat scale. And then shortly after that, just before, or just after Dothan, Alabama, see this sign. Yeah, National Peanut Festival. I'd never heard of that. So, and I was on the phone with my wife at the time joking around that, saying, okay, not only does that imply, for one, it's not just a county festival, not like a city thing. No, this is the National Peanut Festival. So if you're a peanut enthusiast, I guess you got to get yourself to Dothan, Alabama whenever they do that. Probably summertime, I'm guessing. And then they have this giant peanut, big sign. Yeah, how about that? So, yeah, I think that's pretty crazy. So, I mean, peanuts are in, like, a ton of stuff. I'm a big peanut butter fan, you know, and all that. But, you know, this, not only does this imply, for one, it's not just a regional thing. No, it's national. So if you're a peanut enthusiast, and the fact that it's a festival implies this is a multi-tiered event going over multiple days. Anything and everything peanuts, baby. So if you're a peanut fan, apparently you need to be in Dothan, Alabama. Yeah, so delivered in Marietta, Florida. It actually ended up booking a load again, picking up at the exact same place the next day on Thursday, because I delivered on Wednesday. And then I'm coming back up. This one was going to Hickory, North Carolina, and God, I had to unfortunately experience all the traffic through Atlanta and catch this asshat. Oh, sure, just fucking, come on, dickhead. Yeah, sure, buddy, just cross that double white line and come on over right in front of me, why not, you jackwagon. Anyway, so yeah, delivered in Hickory, picked up another load of toilet paper in Shelby, North Carolina today, and then had to make my way all the way back, you know, and they've now opened I-40. There's the good news, you know, I-40 been shut down for 5 months between North Carolina and Tennessee. It's in the gorge where it's winding all back and forth, and, you know, the hurricane, what is it, Helene, that came through, and the waters rose and ate away some of the bridges and the banks and everything. So that is back open, one lane each way. Yeah, then I hadn't gotten much sleep the night before because of all that traffic through Atlanta. So then, yeah, so I stopped as soon as I got past the first part of the work zone, and took a little nap. And so the rest of it, of course, which is where most of the damage was at night, so you can't see that. But I can tell you what they had to do. They had to, you know, put in a little concrete barrier between the westbound and eastbound side, because the whole eastbound side, which at that point is right next to where the river is, had eroded the banks and everything, and a lot of that roadway. So for quite a few miles, you've got just the 2 lanes, each direction, 35 miles an hour through that windy canyon. And they say it's going to be up to 3 years before that's completely rebuilt again. Crazy day, again, traffic-wise, because I picked up my load in Shelby, North Carolina. It's about 1 o'clock, 1 p.m. Eastern time, and I'm heading east on I-74, Highway 74 in North Carolina, trying to make my way over to I-26. And all of a sudden, there's basically a Ford Fiesta with some yellow lights on the top, and a guy out there in an orange vest, and some cones blocking off the road telling you to get off the off-ramp. I'm like, well, this is weird. And as soon as I get off, I pull off onto the side, because I'm like, all right, I got to figure out a different way. And now my Stryker CB radio, which I loved, that I've had for years, died on me. So last time I was home, I had to just throw up this old Cobra that I had in there, or that I bought like, probably 30 years ago for a pickup, just to get me through. But, you know, thank God I had it, because I pulled off, and then I hear somebody say, hey, driver that just pulled over on the side, are you looking to get to I-26? And I said, yeah. And she said, well, then just follow me. I said, okay, which one are you? She said, I'm the Werner truck. So I followed her, because she drives around this area all the time. She lives in Alabama, and she drives in that area a lot. So I'm like, yeah, I'll follow you, because I got to get over that way. Anyway, so good to see. Proof again, this is why I, old school guy I am, still run a CB. Because it helps me in situations like that. She was real nice, sweet lady. We talked for quite a while back and forth, and she grew up in Massachusetts, now lives in Alabama. But yeah, I had another great older CB, just a standard stock one, a Bearcat 880 that I'd given to Elliot right when I started with him with L on Wheels, and he's never mounted it in because he doesn't have the right wiring for it or something. And I mentioned to him that to him the other day. He said, well, I can get it back to you. I don't know when, though, I'd be able to cross his path again. But I did mention that to my wife, and she said, well, you know, I've been looking for something to get you for your birthday. So, you know, can you find a good price on it? I found it on Amazon. At the truck stops, they want like 180, 190 bucks. But I found it on Amazon, $138. So my wife just ordered that for me, and it'll be waiting for me when I go back through the house on Monday, which will be nice. So I'll be able to put that in here, and then I can tell Elliot he can just keep that. So once he does get it wired in or gets a different truck, he can keep that, because that's a great little just standard watt CB radio. I don't see the point in paying, you know, another $300-400 bucks for a striker again. As little as people use the CBs anymore, I really just have it on all the time for emergencies and so forth. But I'm too old school. I have to have one. So I like driving one, so I'll have one waiting for me on my birthday. All right, in the opening, I promised Elliot had captured a couple of idiots and Ass-Wagons. One a couple weeks back, Danny Herman Trucking, getting stuck in the grass.
Look at this guy. He's stuck. Only thing I can figure is he was thinking about backing into that end spot, but rather than turning around, he decided he was going to drive into the grass where it's been raining all day long.
Then he had this one happen to him just a couple days ago. A car in the far left lane moves over into the center lane without looking. Now the car in the center lane panics, knee jerks, and whips over almost into the lane right where Elliot is, and almost running into him. All right, watch right there, the silver car right there, okay? He's going to whip over because the pickup's slowing down into that guy's lane. He whips over and, oh, almost hits Elliot. Hello. And now the clutch trucker zoom and slow-mo. Yeah, this is two people not paying attention. The silver car, who moves over and almost crashes into the black car, and the black car also not paying attention. Oh, there might be a giant truck in front of me. Oh my gosh. So now, after getting delayed by my detour after picking up in Shelby, North Carolina, I was going to try to make it to the new TA Express in Cookeville, Tennessee, between Knoxville and Nashville. But it was so late by the time I got back going again and everything, I thought there's not going to be any spots available, and they didn't apparently have any reserve spots available. So I was like, well, where do I park? And so I found this one right here. Look, truck and trailer parking at I-40 Truck Park. And it's just called I-40 Truck Parking. Nice big gravel lot. It's gated entry. Keeps out the riffraff. And so you just take a ticket like you're parking at the airport or something. And then you pay on the way out. 15 bucks for 12 hours. Hey, I'll take that to know I got a place to park. Nice level gravel lot. They got a dumpster. They got a couple of porta potties. And there's kind of grass-ish for Rusty. A lot of truckers complain about having to pay for parking sometimes, but you know, when it's 11 o'clock at night and I need a spot, I'm running out of time, I'm willing to pay that. Plus, like I say, it keeps the riffraff out. You know, there's a lot of places we can't park anymore because people throw trash on the ground and piss bottles and bags of, you know. So, yeah, if I know I'm going to have a nice, safe place to park all night and I got a good place to walk Rusty and stuff, yeah, I'm willing to pay that. I'm willing to pay that premium. And, you know, if you're a company driver, I've said this over and over. If you need to pay for parking and your company will not reimburse you for that, you're working for the wrong company. So this load delivers in Aurora in Monday morning, the 7th, the day after my birthday. And so then I'm going to be able to run home. And I did, the lignite did pop up again. So I'm going to have that on Tuesday. Got to do the one-day turnaround. Pick it up Tuesday morning, deliver Wednesday afternoon in Wisconsin. But the weather should be better, so that shouldn't be an issue. And then at least I get to run through the house after I deliver on Monday, pick up my birthday presents and a couple other things like some dog food, you know, more clothes and yada yada, restock the truck, and then I'll just run up towards Glen Rock Monday night, and then hopefully, Monday evening, me and the wife and whatever other kids are around, we can go out and do a little kind of a birthday dinner. What do you think? Well, thanks for tuning in for that one. Yeah, been a long couple of days with all that traffic and everything, but me and Rusty survived, and of course now you get your you know what, right? Does that sound good? Happy dog? He's a little tired. Thanks for tuning in. Please subscribe, please like, comment, share, thumbs up, and all that jazz. Clutch Trucker on Instagram, Clutch Trucker on Twitter X. Yes, thank you. Clutch Trucker 5 on TikTok, and as always, sniff that magic YouTube fairy dust. Clutch and Rusty, out. Oh, hi, Curly. Killed anyone today? Day ain't over yet. Are you excited? You're excited? Waiting for a begging strip? Oh, they're coming, Rusty. All right, he's been waiting. He's been anticipating. There you go. Oh, yes, Rusty enjoying his begging strip bounty. And why? Sing it with me, because he's a begging strip dog. He's a begging strip dog. Sometimes it eats too fast and it starts to cough. He's a begging strip right dog. There. Oh, yes, happy dog. Happy dog look.